In times past, I've been really vocal about my broadhead choice, what I like to use, what I don't like to use. This is not saying that what I don't like is bad, but for me personally, this is very important as far as morals and ethics go when it comes to hunting. I started using fixed blades whenever I first started bow hunting. I've killed several deer with the Muzzy 3-blade, which I have right here. This broadhead, and then also these two broadheads right here. You're gonna get a lot of planing with those, even if your bow is really on. If your bow is perfectly in tune, you might not get as much, but you're still gonna get some planing because of the surface area on the blades that stick out whenever the arrow comes out of the bow. What I like right now is a big rear deploying mechanical. All mechanicals aren't the same. Different companies have different mechanisms. One broadhead that I haven't used, that I'm not going to use just because of the design, is the Schwacker. For the Schwackers, I'll show you here. This is what it looks like before it opens up. So on the Schwacker, you have to get a pass through to get a good blood trail. If you don't get a good pass through, there won't be a very big entrance wound, and it's because of how they open up. So they open up from the top, and on impact, that doesn't allow for a big entrance wound. So you're not going to get much of a blood trail with that. I know guys that have killed deer with them. I know a guy personally that killed a 160-inch deer here in Ohio with a Schwacker last year. So that doesn't mean they're a bad head. It's just personally, I want big entrance wounds if I can't get exit wounds. Rear deploying mechanicals. I have 5 different rear deploying mechanicals here. 3 of which are going to plane some. The first one that is going to plane a little bit is the NAP kill zone. So this, it will deploy out the back like that. So you're going to get a big entrance wound with that. But like I said, you're going to plane a little bit in the air because of the shape of the blades. And then also with the Rage, this is one of the older Rages. I think you had to use a plastic ring with these. You're going to get some planing with that, and then that's what it looks like upon opening right there. So if it does what it's supposed to do and opens up on impact, you'll get a big entrance wound. If you get a pass through, you'll have a massive blood trail. But I personally have had issues with that same broadhead twice. I had one blow up on me coming out of the bow, and then I also had one not open up. And the reason I know this is because whenever I field dressed the deer, it was a hard quartering away shot. I field dressed the deer, I got liver, backside lung, and the slit in the liver was only about the spread of what those are before they expand. Another Rage that I've killed deer with is the Rage hypodermic. You're gonna get a little bit of planing, less than the other 2 there with this one, but this is also a rear deploying, so it opens up like that. You're gonna get a nice entrance wound there and good blood trail, and even better if you get a pass through. The next one is the Sever. I think it's 2.1 inch, but this is a really good head. I killed a doe with this head last year. The blood trail was insane, but I got a pass through. On entry, it'll flip open like that with those 2 prongs, and then they kind of lock. But then the blades will swivel around bone if it needs to. That way it doesn't get hung up on the bone. This will plane as much as the Schwacker does. Similar design as far as when the blades are collapsed, because they both have a small prong. They don't have blades that will actually plane. So you'll get a little bit of planage in the air with the Sever, just like you would the Schwacker. The most accurate broadhead right now on the market, I believe, is going to be the Thorn Rift. I used this on a buck last year in Ohio. The blades are fully encapsulated. That right there. How it works is on impact, it hits this ripper tip and it shoves the blades out the back. This allows for a rear deploying mechanism, and then so that's going to give you a really good entrance wound, and if you get a pass through, you're going to have a really good exit wound as well. These are 2.2 inch blades. They come in 1.75 as well. And also, as you can kind of see here, these thorns, they have a way you can practice with them without deploying the blades.
and then that'll pop right back out whenever you need to use it to put in your quiver.
But that's what I like. I like big rear deploying broadheads. I like accuracy. If any of these boxes that say field point accuracy on them, it's false advertisement, minus probably the thorn. That's going to be the closest thing you get to field point accuracy. Anything else that has anything sticking out on the head itself is going to cause some sort of planing. Now, whether or not it's going to do much to your flight path on your arrow, those will differ based on the size of the blade, size of the prongs sticking out. If this video helped you decide what broadhead to use, if it was informational for you, helped you decide what not to use, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Also, leave me a comment and let me know what you thought. Again, these are all good broadheads. I know people that still use fixed blades. My dad still uses fixed blades. I know people that use mechanicals. I know people that use Schwackers and even different broadheads than I have here. But to me, the best way and the most ethical way is to use rear deploying mechanicals. Thanks for watching.